I'm so sick of privilege. Privilege isn't being white, bonehead. Privilege is living in government housing and calling people oppressors while they pay your fucking without worrying about calling in sick to work because you don't have a fucking job. Privilege is being able to cheat, lie, fail over and over again in life and still get bailed out while people who play by the rules get punished.
Period. Say it again. I want to hear you say it again. Because, baby, go to the food stamp place right now. There's more white people in that line than black people. What you saying?
I need to know, are there certain black people that just don't like us because we're white?
Black America, I need for y'all to stand down. Sit down. Don't get up. Don't go nowhere. Don't do nothing. Let these people finish handling their business out here in these streets. Because these people, they are not playing fair and they coming for us anyway. So we need to let them people handle this business of getting their people out the way. Because they coming for us. We know that. That's their sole intention, is to come and get us. I know y'all ain't seen me for a minute. Brother been under the weather and you can hear it in my voice. But listen, man, I need y'all to chill out. Don't make no moves. Don't be out there in them streets with them rallies and them protests and all that, because all they want to do is catch us out there. And once they catch us out there, all hell is going to break loose. So stay your behind at home, watch you some TV, get your exercise on, drink you some water. I know my sister's chilling. Brothers, I need y'all to chill too, because they coming for us. The man just had the whole database, the whole police database of misconduct wiped. I told y'all, when y'all hired a criminal, expect criminal activities. When you put a natural born criminal in the White House and you don't expect criminal activities to happen, y'all crazy. Y'all are out y'all freaking mind. Now they've been out there talking about where Kamala at, where Obama at. You know, they chilling. We don't need them to move at all. Don't worry about Kamala. Don't worry about Obama. We need our white brothers and sisters to handle their people. Because y'all did this. You Latinos that voted for this ignorance, y'all did this. Y'all fix it. And you brothers and sisters that also voted for this fool, y'all can go out there. They don't like y'all anyway. So if you want to go out there and celebrate with your people, go ahead. But they going to lock your asses up. All I'm saying is, I need my people to stay in the house. Stay drinking water. Stay exercising. Posting videos and doing our thing. We trying to enjoy life. We getting ourselves together right now. In the midst of all this stupidity, we ain't doing nothing. We letting y'all fix it. Because when Kamala stood up there and told you what was going to happen, you didn't listen. You didn't want to save yourself. You wanted to save your race. And now they coming after you. What you didn't know is all the laws that helped us helped you more. You thought DEI was for black people. Then you found out more white people getting help with DEI than black people. Y'all thought snaps and food stamps, because y'all listened to Ronald Reagan them back in the day with that welfare queen bullshit. And then you found out it's a lot of white people on food stamps and government assistance than black people. Yeah, we not struggling. They just tell you we struggling. They just put our struggle up front so you can see it. But them white boys in middle America, Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, Arkansas, yeah, they struggling. Because all them farms, they get government assistance. All them ladies that live in the inner city or out there in the suburb, y'all don't know. Some of y'all people in them suburbs that live next door to you, they on government assistance. They not paying $2,500 for that house like you are. They might be paying 40, but that other check that cover their rent, that other check that comes, it come from the government. See, but you don't know that. You got people out here driving nice cars, living in big houses, but they not paying the same amount of taxes and bills as you are. And you wonder how they doing it all. Because she ain't got no job. She at home every day. Yeah, that's their government check. So for my people, I need y'all to stand down.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing great wherever you are watching us from. So now everyone is shocked. All of a sudden, politics are hitting home, benefits are shrinking, prices are rising, and some people who voted for all this, yeah, they are confused. Meanwhile, there is a growing message circulating. Not protest, not march, not save anybody. Just watch. And honestly, that message is making a lot of people uncomfortable. Anyway guys, let's dive straight into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. I'll be back soon.
Stay at home. Stay doing your thing. Don't get yourself out there in them streets with that ignorance and cause a problem. Because they waiting on us. They want us. The man told you the qualified immunity for the police is going to be permanent. He trying to hook the police up. And who you think they coming after once they get hooked up? They coming after us. I told y'all. They want, ain't but two ways for them to get rid of us. It's to lock us up or to kill us. They can't send us nowhere. Because this ours. We built this. Our people did this. So if y'all don't know, don't take your ass out there. You ain't seen Tim Scott and Byron.
And not funny, haha, funny, weird, because they did the same shit with Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act. They didn't realize that they were one and the same. Just two different names. SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, EBT, food stamps, they're all the same, just different. You know, one is just like the government official name. I don't know. That's the thing about racism and being racist. It's a sickness. It's a disease that's generational, if we're being quite frank. And y'all don't want to heal from it. Y'all don't want to get better because you feel like you can stand on some imaginary pedestal instead of, I don't know, instead of allowing everyone to get benefits that make all of our lives better. You will cut off your nose to spite your face. You will shoot yourself in the foot in the name of making things difficult for a demographic that you just don't like, for something that they can't change, their skin. But then you don't realize you're hurting yourself too. And a lot of these politicians, the only color they care about is green. Money is their god. Money is who they serve. I don't know what more you need to understand. That it's not like a left and right thing. Yes, most of the time, unfortunately, because we do live in America, it is a black and white thing. But it's also like an up and down thing. A lot of y'all, especially white people, need to realize that you are the third estate. You are the proletariat. You're not the bourgeoisie. That's not how that works. But again, your racism that y'all don't want to get rid of, that y'all don't want to let go of because it makes you feel better about yourself, has now caused all of this to come full circle. I don't know, like, why are y'all mad? Y'all voted for this. And then saying y'all didn't vote for this is kind of crazy. Y'all gotta stop saying I didn't know. That's not a valid excuse. We have Google. There are so many different platforms for you to obtain information from. I don't know is not good enough. You voted for it. You wanted that man in there. And he don't care about y'all. He don't care about none of us. We're not in his circle. Why do y'all really like? You see how much of a nasty sickness racism is? It's caused all of this BS. And y'all can't cure yourselves until y'all face reality and admit that you're sick. You have to. First part of recovery is admitting that you actually do have a problem, that you have a sickness. You know, so let's start from there. But
okay, I want to take a moment to say thank you to Donald Trump, not out of praise, but out of truth. Because while you rip through every part of this government, tearing down justice, equality, and fairness under the fake excuse of fighting DEI fraud, what you're really doing is confirming what black folks have been saying for generations. America was built on racism, fueled by fear and sustained by white supremacy. You've exposed it all. The masks are off. The polite racism, the fake allyship, the colorblind lies, it's all gone. Now we see it raw and unfiltered. You're not just targeting policy, you're targeting people. Black people, brown people, marginalized communities. And the wild part, we make up the smallest portion of this country, yet somehow we are the biggest threat to the lie that white supremacy built. That should tell you everything. You're afraid not of violence, not of replacement, but of the power we hold even when we have nothing. You see the way our culture, our brilliance, our resilience, our excellence continues to shape this country, even when it tries to erase us. Donald Trump is just the loudest version of a system that's always been in place. He is the living, breathing proof that this country was never designed with us in mind. And yet, we continue to define it. So thank you, Donald, for exposing what so many tried to deny, for showing the world that the fear of black greatness is real, for proving that racism isn't in our imagination, it's in the fabric of this nation. And to my people, we don't have to fight to prove our worth. He's doing that for us. All we have to do is stand firm, stay awake, and know that the truth is finally louder than the lie. We are not broken. We are not the problem. We are the evidence of the power that this country can contain. Let that truth ring louder than its hate.
It's official. It is official. Baby, no food stamps for November. And people are officially crashing out. They say, due to the shutdown, no food stamps. No food stamps for November. And you know November is Thanksgiving. So you mean to tell me President Trump and Republicans, you mean to tell me that these people who never receive food stamps is not going to be able to get food stamps for the month of November, which is an actual holiday? Not just it's a holiday, it's the fact that people need their food, and that's their only way to buy food. So that's what y'all doing now? That's what y'all doing? That these kids not gonna have anything to eat? So that's what we doing? Okay.
So people get to starve right as the holidays are starting to kick off. Oh, this is gonna end well. Let's get it together.
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm gonna tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new, it's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics, it was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm, all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they try to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person acts like this, but the system, the way whiteness has defined itself against blackness, makes it so this obsession keeps resurfacing. Whether it's over policing or culture appropriation or trying to legislate our lives, it always comes back to the old need to dominate mixed with a quiet desire to be what they can't.
Hey, my black people, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You see, they putting a stop on food stamps for November, but you ain't seen it like worldwide news. But let it have been mostly black people on food stamps, it be breaking news everywhere. But see, now the statistics done came out that show that mostly white people are on government assistance. By me saying that, we can't fight for y'all. Y'all gonna say, oh, we cut the food stamps out. But then they gonna say, what about black people? What you mean, what about black people? By law, Trump done told y'all the benefits that y'all are receiving, it wasn't for migrants. It wasn't for migrants. It wasn't for freed white people. It was for the descendant of slaves. Those benefits was for. But since the government said we're not going to help one particular group, they've been doing it, we're going to say we're going to pass this bill for all people. And since the government made it for all people, because all white people didn't fight through slavery. You feel me? All white people didn't fight through the Jim Crow era. All white people did not fight with the Black Panthers during that time to get those bills passed. So now white people sitting back. I'm going to tell you why white people sitting back, y'all. Because they're waiting for black people to say, oh, yeah. They always wait for us to fight their battles. Don't fight their battles this time. If Trump let that shit cut off, let it get cut off. Because we've been struggling. We bologna, oodles and noodles, Vienna winnings, canned sardines, canned tuna. We've been eating shit like that since we've been young. You feel me? Now, I guess we finna go back to that shit. A pot of soup gonna be on the goddamn table with some cornbread, and that's gonna all be it. So we've been eating like this forever. So black people, don't be shocked to say the food stamps getting cut off and get us dragged into the shit that they got going on. Let them fight for them food stamps this time, because we done fought all we can fight with these white people. And now Trump is in office, and Trump trying to line his pockets with any benefit of the government that's helping anybody. Trump cutting it short for a few months. All Trump needs is a few months, bro. 1 or 2 months. He pocketing $240 billion, maybe even goddamn $1 trillion or two. You feel me? For that month. Let them have it. Let them have it, bro, because that's the person y'all put in the office. Those are the white people y'all look up to, thinking they true patrons of America. The gas is high. Water bills went up. Light bill done went up. Food went up. All because of this person right here. You feel me? Well, last year, before he got in the office, the shit was still going up. So both sides, Republican and Democrats, are working amongst each other. Like children. If we put this in a bag, if we put this in a bill, we also want, can we get $40 trillion to build a Moscow, or the police need new police cars, but How can they need new shit and all the old shit that y'all got from the military that y'all didn't use? They give it back to the state. So the police officers is already got military equipment. You feel me? So black people, don't fall into that trap, bro. Let them white people fight for them food stamps.
I'm just a white indie author sitting in front of my camera, hoping to find readers that want to hear the white voice. All of my characters in my books are white. I wrote it this way because I have the white voice and I want to spread it. And so that you can learn about white culture and respect white culture. And I think it's really important because the white culture is just crapped on all the time. We hear things like, oh, you don't even have culture, and what is your culture? Just slavery. You know what I'm talking about because you've heard it.
You want us to respect not washing your legs and eating unseasoned food? That's what you're mad about? Being black is exhausting, and having to deal with racism is exhausting. A white lady came online and called a 5-year-old boy the N-word and got all this money. And now all of you racist grifters are out here trying to do what? Make money? We went from black fatigue to black privilege, and now this week we're on white people are being discriminated against. To not understand by saying you are a white author and you have a white voice and you're going to white people and you're talking about the white experience, why and how that's racist and how and why that's detrimental to the rest of us is the problem in this country. Majority of authors since the dawn of time in America have been white. Almost half this nation is not white, but almost all of the authors are white. In 2020, the publishing industry entered a moment of moral urgency about the persistent lack of racial and ethnic diversity among employees and authors. The industry is disproportionately white, and the canon of published books from trade publishers is overwhelmingly so. According to one analysis, 95% of American fiction books published between 1950 and 2018 were written by white people. While that analysis looks at a broad sweep of time, more recent figures indicate that both the publishing industry and the books it puts out remain disproportionately white. The lack of diversity in the ranks of publishing professionals and in works brought to the market are linked. In a cultural industry like publishing, where subjective interpretations of what constitutes good or marketable literature are a major determinant of what gets published, the whiteness of the industry staff has accompanied largely white kind of published authors. Not only is the United States a demographically diverse nation, as of the last census, an estimated 42% of the country are people of color. It also boasts a demographically diverse readership. The National Endowment for the Arts estimates that approximately a quarter of America's regular adult readers are people of color.
So then I think it's safe to say that white people can start asking for support as a white-owned business and a white author with white characters simply because we have been experiencing discrimination in America for years now. Jobs, colleges, scholarships, literary agents. That's discrimination. It's not okay just because it happened to black people 100 years ago. And I'm not even dismissing what they went through, but anybody my age and a little older and younger has not experienced that.
Newsflash, me and my cousins are the first people in our families born in America with full rights as humans and as citizens. My mother, who is 60, was not born with full rights in this country. This is their new one. White people are being discriminated against because they've never had to share space. And if black people can say they're looking for black-owned businesses, black-owned barbershops, then I'm going to say I'm looking for a white-owned business. Newsflash, all the businesses are white.
So I'm just going to say what everyone is thinking. I don't care that you're losing your food stamps. I don't care that you're losing your free medical. I don't care that you are losing your free housing. Now y'all are just getting a taste of what every other person is going through. I should not have to pay to feed you and your 9 children. I'll be the selfish one. My kid comes first in my eyes, not you. I'm going to give...
My food stamps went from $4,400 in food stamps every month to $38. What am I supposed to get with $38 with 6 kids?
We're gonna be eating chili cheese dogs for Thanksgiving if we don't get food stamps this come November. 911 sent help for all of us.
I think a lot of people that are posting videos about losing their EBT or SNAP benefits are trying to get everybody else to feel bad. But honestly, all you guys are doing is just demonstrating why we need cuts to these programs, why we need work requirements or community service requirements to receive them, and how many people are really abusing the system. All you're
threatening to loot Have you guys seen the genius videos yet of all the people who are threatening to loot stores if they don't receive their EBT benefits?
We have another Real Housewife of EBT. Check this out. Tell me what you think.
The truth is, y'all hating on me because I live rent-free and I can afford the luxuries that y'all dream about for me and my kids. I'm going to continue to buy my luxury bags while the government pay my rent. I'm going to continue to go on trips and do the things that me and my kids love to do while y'all struggle to pay for a grocery bill and I'm swiping my EBT card.
This right here, public assistance and public stupidity.
Donald Trump is the first president in our history to cut off food benefits, SNAP, for American citizens. Let me repeat myself. Donald Trump is the first president in 249 years.
Here's a question that I think every adult black person in America at some point or other asks themselves. Why does so much of white America hate us? Now, before all of you get all up in your feelings, understand that this is a question that black people ask as a sort of a generic question. Yes, many of us have white people in our lives that we're close to, related to, married to. This is a question that reflects our experience as black people as a group, with you as white people as a group. For almost 250 years, from 1619 to 1865, enslaved Africans were basically property, chattel, beaten, worked, murdered, mutilated. And this was simply because they were not perceived as human beings. For the next 100 years, from 1865 to 1965, we were legally prevented from being fully recognized as citizens in this country. This was done through legal segregation, Jim Crow laws, redlining, discriminatory educational practices, and discriminatory voting laws. I, for one, am fascinated by how white people can contort white privilege into something other than a black burden, because to us, that's all it is. Your privilege is our burden. Somehow you've convinced yourselves that racism and racists is something that we black people have to overcome, as opposed to something that you, white people, have to stop being and doing. The attack on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion is no surprise to us. We've always known that you don't want a more diverse America, a more equitable America, a more inclusive America. You've made that clear for years. The difference is that you've stopped trying to hide your opposition to DEI behind some pseudo-intellectual BS nonsense. You've accepted that you don't want a more diverse, equitable, inclusive America. Thus, Trump.
Welcome back, guys. Let's be real for a second. For years, actually decades, there has been this narrative pushed hard that government help is the problem, that certain group of people are lazy, that cutting support system would somehow fix everything. So politics gets rolled out here, restriction there, and suddenly people are realizing, wait, this affects me too? That's the part nobody likes to talk about, because it's easy to support something when you think the consequences will only hit other people. It's different story when it shows up at your doorstep, because it's easy to support something when you think the consequences will only hit other people. It's a different story when it shows up at your own door. Now, you've got folks online saying their benefits dropped overnight. Others are panicking about food, bills, and rent. And the reaction? Loud, emotional, sometimes even desperate. But here is where things take a turn. There's another voice in all this saying, don't jump in to fix it this time. Not out of hate, but out of exhaustion. Because historically, there has been a pattern. Fight for justice, advocate for change, show up, organize, speak up, and then turn around and still be told you are the problem. So now, The mindset is shifting towards something simpler: self-preservation. Focus on your own. Protect your energy. Stop fighting battles that were never fought for you in the first place. And that hits differently because some people are used to always having backups, always having someone stepping in, organized, defending, pushed back. Now imagine that. That's where the frustration you are seeing comes from. Let's talk about the bigger picture though. There's this certain idea, whether it's farming, publishing, or even law enforcement, have always had built-in advantage for some other and barriers for others. So when people say this system was never designed for you to win, they are not being dramatic, they are pointing at history. Now fast forward to today, politics are tightened, protection gets rolled back, support system shrink, and suddenly the same system that felt comfortable doesn't feel so friendly anymore. That's the irony, because decisions made out of frustration, fear, or even bias don't just stay targeted. They rippled outward and eventually they circled back. Another thing nobody wants to admit: a lot of communities that criticize government assistance also rely on it heavily. That's not an opinion, that's data. So when cuts happen, it's not hitting some distant, which explains the outrage we are seeing now. But again, this time, the response isn't pushing in to help fix it. It's more like you want to control of the situation, so handle it. And that's the real tension here. Not just policies, not just politics, but expectations. Who showed up for who and when? Because once people start stepping back instead of stepping in, everything changes. The dynamics shift. The safety net feels thinner and reality hits harder. At the end of the day, this isn't just about politics, it's about consequences, choice, and who end up carrying the weight of both. And right now, a lot of people are being told, carry it yourself. Anyway guys, what do you think about this video? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, share and like the video to help the channel out. See you in my next video. For now, peace.